Hi there. In this video, we're going to do a quiz on two very tricky words. But before you do the quiz, which is the bulk of this video, I want to just briefly talk about how you can differentiate, how you know whether to use affect or effect. Yes, they're the two words that I'm talking about in this video. Affect with an A is a verb. And a verb, as we know, is an action word. Affect itself means that you are doing, or something is doing something to somebody or something. And because it's an action verb and it starts with A, that's a little bit of a tip to remember that if you want to use a verb in your sentence, then you pick affect with an A. Effect, on the other hand, is a noun. And it means that an effect means that it's a consequence of something, of some previous action. So somebody or something has done something and it's created an effect, a consequence, a result. So let's just do a quick example before we get into the quiz and have a look at this sentence. Let's talk about COVID. Unfortunately, this is what the whole world is talking about constantly at the moment. COVID affects many people. Now, this sentence, to be a sentence, means it must have a verb. A sentence is not a sentence if there is no verb. So what is the verb in this sentence? The verb is affect. COVID affects many people. Now, a bit of a tip. If you don't know whether to use affect or effect with an E, the trick is let's pull the verb out of the sentence and let's pop a different verb into the sentence to see if that works. COVID disrupts many people. COVID upsets many people. COVID changes many people. And we know that all of these three words are verbs, and if the sentence still makes sense, then you know you need to use affect with an A. Now, let's do a sentence with effect. An effect is a noun. COVID creates many effects on people. So remember, a sentence is only a sentence if it has a verb. The verb in this sentence is creates. That's the verb. But if you're still not sure, let's try the same tip. Let's pull the noun out of the sentence and replace it with a different noun to see if it still works. COVID creates results on people. COVID creates consequences on people. COVID creates outcomes on people, albeit negative. We could throw an adjective into that sentence, of course, always saying negative. But the point is that the sentence still makes sense because all of those three words are nouns. And if they're nouns and they work, then you know to use effect with an E. And that's it. So now let's get in and do a 16 sentence quiz. You decide whether to use affect or effect. Let's look at how ocean currents affect weather. The effect of such a change is hard to understand. The changes will affect the way they do their work. The new policy takes effect on Monday, the 1st of February. The medication hasn't taken effect yet. Does this affiliation affect her life? Autoimmune disease can affect your quality of life. We need to get the right effect when installing the sound system. Don't let her actions affect you this way. Nutritionists say that GM foods, which is genetically modified foods, will affect health. We will know the effect in a week or so. Yoga has a very calm effect on the mind. Looking after your teeth will affect the whole body. Smoking affects your health. Lisa has a very positive effect on her. And lastly, in fact, she affects everyone she meets. And that's the end of the quiz. For more quizzes, hit subscribe and the bell.